Good, beautiful morning, soul family. Lily the Skinny got me up this morning. She's so skinny, I can feel the bones in her head when I massage her little noggin. Refusing her food, wanting me to literally feed her. Look at the three. The Ascended Masters are absolutely working right now, and so is the totem, the dove, as well as the homing pigeon. Pigeons always know how to come home. Ooh, look who came swooping from the other side. So 3 came flying from the left and 2 came to the right. 3 went back to the coast and 2 took off over that way. That's a message. Those 2 are home together. Those 3, they're together. We'll leave it at that. We all know who we're speaking about. And if you don't, it's not your message. So today we've got the beginning of the clearing. We've had rain. We've cleaned it all up. I've cleaned it all up. I've used all the energy. Everybody got to snuggle up and sleep in and enjoy it. The water was absolutely needed in the soil and to cleanse and to fill up our lakes, and it was awesome. We still have dark clouds in the sky. Dark clouds. There's going to be disturbances. There's going to be clashes because changes are happening. Decisions are being made. Decisions have been made and decisions are continuing to be made. But we got to focus on the blue sky. Right now there's turbulence. Now it's very calm waters, still waters. Still is protective waters, protection. So this is what's going to come up this morning, what we're going to talk about. I had a couple of dreams last night. They were intriguing. And of course, I've learned, it's so wonderful that I've learned to not push it. When I don't understand my dream, look at this, my poor little cactus is soaked. It's not going to do well with all that water. I've learned not to push it. And see, you got too much emotion, you got to dump it out. It's going to rot your roots and you're not going to be able to stand tall. So if you need help from somebody else, you call on Archangel Michael and he'll help you out. I got somebody writing to me this morning, felt that they had a darker energy in their home and wanted help. And I said, I can't help you, but you can help yourself. I suggested they call upon Archangel Michael for shielding, protecting, and I gave them a video, shielding and protection video. And then I said, and then you call on your father, which is the same father that I have, and you ask him to help you with your mind, control your thoughts. And sometimes when you're in a space, you can't control your thoughts. That's why you're asking for help. So who do you ask? You go to your father. If you go to a friend, hopefully they'll remind you to go to your father because everything is in your mind. You can control your mind. We got to get our mind under control. That's the whole purpose. We don't want to be upside down, right? In the depression. We want to calm ourselves down. Get rid of the emotional water. Get it away from us. You don't want it making a mess, messing up your life. So I had things to do, right? And I've got to do my reading today. I can't believe it's Sunday. I literally lost 2 days. I had no idea yesterday was Saturday. What a trip. So I'm hungry, I got to get up. I got to clean up my room. I've got to vacuum. I've got to feed the cats. I've got to, literally hand feed Lily, who refuses to eat because she wants me to baby her, which is fine. I'll do it. And wow. Okay, here, I was going to see if they were going to fly. Right now, what's flying in the sky are a whole bunch of cormorants. Okay? I'll swoop back around like they are and get back to the message that I was speaking about. But right now, they're dark, so you probably can't see them. You can hear them. They're all flying across the water. See them landing in the water? Those are cormorants. The cormorant is the one, that's all cormorants today. That's all the animals that I see right now. Well, actually I see one, I see 2 goose. 2 goose down there with the coots. And I just heard my osprey. He's out there. I heard the osprey. But the cormorants are the focus right now, and those 2 white geese. Goose says your plans are about to go sideways. Something's about to go sideways. It also represents, they're peacefully in their waters, that something good's about to happen. But let's not get distracted. And that's exactly what was supposed to be my focus this morning, was that I had things I had to do. And I needed to put myself first. In my dream, my mother showed me. It was interesting how my mom shows up. I love it when she shows up. I'm trying to keep this emotion away from me. I can't take on the weight of the world, right? It's not for me to save everyone. And even as a teacher, this is my path. But a teacher is not supposed to give everybody fish. It's supposed to teach how to fish, right? So what would I do when I become overwhelmed? I call upon Spirit for help. I also begin with my positive affirmations because I got to get my mind under control. I am in control of my thoughts. So in my dream, there's people that want me to do a reading. And it's interesting. Somebody hands me the Archangel Raphael deck, which is the healing deck. And I said, oh, it'll be fun to do a reading. And my mom said, no. If you start doing readings for everybody, you're going to get stuck there. Because I had things to do, right? My mom was hovering. And I thought, okay, but it's fun to do the readings because I like it. See, it's fun for me because I love my work. I love my path. So my first inclination is I want to help, right? And she said no. And I said, oh, come on, it'll be fun to do a reading. So I said, let's use the fun decks. I want to use the fun decks, though. I don't want to use the Archangel, the Raphael healing deck. So what it was showing me was, no, you're not going to do this. You're not going to fix this for somebody. You're going to do your reading. You're going to use fun decks. And I chose the decks. What would be fun for me? And the first thing I picked was the cards, right? Oops, sorry. I didn't realize it was so zoomed in. And I thought, oh, you're going to make me work. And they said, yes, you are. My higher self said, yes, you are. But then I saw I can do it. And they said, I can do it. And I said, yes, I can. This makes me work because this is just pictures. And I have to figure out what the message is, right? So then I said, what are my fun decks? So I reached for my decks, the ones with the pictures. That's fun. And then I thought, what else is my fun deck? That's my fun deck. And this is my fun deck. So we're going to use fun decks, okay? So those are the decks we're going to use. I'm going to show you. God, I've got so much to say, as always. So let's start with, first of all, showing you what you get to choose from. I'm cleaning around, right? I can't start my day when things aren't clean. So I'm dusting off everything, and I pick this up in my hand, and I go to put it down, and I thought, no, this is supposed to come. But before that, I was getting my chia water ready, and I put ginger. I showed you the ginger root tea bags that I put in them, right? Well, I just realized this morning, after having used probably 5 of the tea bags, that every one of the tea bags has a message. The message for this morning is, forgiveness is an act of consciousness. What do you do when someone in your life continually hurts you? You try and you try and you try and you try, and it just seems to get nowhere. You have boundaries. It gets to a place where you've got to set your boundaries. You've got to stand your ground, right? You've got to stand your ground. What if this is a family member? What if it's Christmas time? What if it's, what is that holiday? Yom Kippur, and you're Jewish. And the family's all coming together. What if it's Hanukkah or Christmas or Thanksgiving and everyone's coming together? What if it's your daughter's birthday? What do? You've tried. It's been nasty. You have to set your boundaries. So I'm walking around my house cleaning, and I'm thinking, you know what? That's it. I'm not going to reward disrespectful behavior. I'm not going to reward that. It's not okay. It's not okay. And it isn't. But then this comes out. Forgiveness is an act of consciousness. And as I was picking up the items to choose from today, this was one of the items, the first item. This was my best friend, gave me this, my best friend Diane. Inside, there's messages in here. Oh, good, there's crystals in here too that I gotta make a bracelet out of. I forgot that's where they were. See, there's a reason I have to open things up. This is a black feather. Whenever feathers appear, angels in the air. My mom had dyed her hair black always. It's a little black feather. My mom was the one who showed up in my dreams. She told me, no, don't fix the situation, right? You've got things to do. She was there. And I started thinking about my mom and my grandmother, their relationship. It was oil and water, like this. And my mom was the oil. She was difficult. She was. My grandmother tried. My grandmother was stubborn too. But it was like oil and water. They just didn't mix well. They went 10 years. My mother did something. She was out of line. My grandmother handled it in a way my mother felt it wasn't she wasn't on her side. Similar to what's happened with my daughter and I, but that's not the case. My grandmother was on my mother's side. She just saw the other side too. And my mother didn't like it, and she stopped speaking to my grandma. She didn't speak to her for 10 years, and my grandmother died with my mother not speaking to her. And I thought, I don't want that pattern to happen. And yet there has to be boundaries. My mother's in spirit, and she's guiding me, right? She said, I wanted to do the reading. Somebody handed me the healing deck, and she said no. I said no. I said no. I don't want that one, I said. So this was, I feel, my own ego speaking. Because forgiveness is an act of consciousness. Now, you can forgive someone. It doesn't mean you're absolving them of behavior. It doesn't mean that you are approving of their behavior. You're forgiving the situation because you don't want to carry that energy. For you and your part, what do you choose? As I walked across through my room, wiping off my desk, there I see my mom's peaceful Buddha. Carries a very, very heavy sword. It's a beautiful sword. It's a jeweled sword. The colors on it are pink and blue and green. Love, growth, sadness, but also peace. And most of the color is green. And it's edged in gold, which is precious metal, sitting on top of rosemary, which was in remembrance of my mom. What would love say? What would love do? But they do this all the time. They're abusive. People say angry things when they're frightened. People say angry things when they're unsure. And then I looked over and I saw my mom's Quan Yin, goddess of compassion and mercy and forgiveness. And that's when I saw this tea bag. So what do? I don't want that cycle. I can't change another person. But for me and my part, I choose peace. So I won't go to a party, but I will wish them a happy birthday. And I hope you enjoy your family. That's my part. Whatever happens on the other side, I hand to Archangel Michael and to my father. And I said to my mom and to my dad, you handle it. It's not for me to handle now. This is agate. And there's a key in here, so I'm going to make a bracelet today before I leave to do our weekly reading. I might do the weekly reading here, I'm not sure. Ooh, I just heard no, I won't be. This is a piece of metal from, this is ocean agate, rutilated ocean agate. A gold key. What is the gold key? The key opens the door. We all have the key. We all have the key to whatever the problem is. There is a solution. The colors are mostly green. I don't know if you can see this. This is metal. This was from, I was in Jerome. It was a ghost town in Arizona. There's a mine there. Metal is strong. Strength is protective. This is also protection. So, what I'm getting is, from all of this, my mom, I heard my mom. I'm adding this in here. That we can forgive another, but we all also have to protect ourselves. This is my mom's writing. God, I'm so glad I have this. My supply comes through my awareness of the universal presence of love and intelligence that is available to everyone. We all have the ability to connect. You don't need to write me and ask me, what can you fix this for me? If you want support and prayers, absolutely. If you're asking for guidance, for help me figure out which place to go, I don't know, calm me down. But we all have to understand that our supply comes through our awareness of the universal presence of love and intelligence, and it's available to all of us. That's my mom right there. Thanks, Mom. Interesting. I saw her last night in my dreams. And this A healing has taken place. My twin and I love openly, communicating, and we trust each other and are moving towards full unity, peace, and harmony. We continue to astral travel and connect, and energetically, he has lost his fear of moving forward and is open and shares his feelings with complete trust. We are enjoying a loyal, loving, equally compatible relationship. He has learned to stand for us in regards to his family, friends, and past. We have trust and love in each other, and we support and protect each other always. There is harmony between us. I have no fear and worry of this relationship. I'm in a twin soul relationship. We will be together when we figure out our lessons. You hold a positive intention. We have a belief and a trust in the universal presence of love that's available to all of us. What would love say? What would love do? I did what love would say and what love would do. I wished my daughter a happy birthday. I'm her mom. It's not good between us. Nasty, angry, mean things were said unfairly. I don't condone that. I don't reward that. But I wish love and I send love to this situation. And the black metal represents protecting myself from any toxic energy. I am reminded everywhere of my mom, of peace. I picked up what was I felt in my house coat pocket. This is lepidolite, a crystal. This is the crystal that you need if you're having issues with attention deficit disorder, depression, sadness, trying to calm your emotions. This literally has lithium in it, this crystal, lepidolite. This is the tumbled version. They have another, which is like a mica version, which is my favorite. I have it in my house. I can show it to you. I want to show you something else too. We'll go through the house. Where's my lepidolite? Where did I put it? It's very, very precious. It's very, very special. There it is. It's right, sitting right there by the hands. See the mica? It's got the shaman stones on top of it. That's lepidolite as well. Okay, so then I get up, I clean my house, I vacuum the whole house, I feed my fish, I feed Lily. This is Lily's paste. I go over here, and this is where I got Quan Yin, and this is where it came from. I go over to use my diffuser. This is a healing item. It's also it smells good. And my mother always had essential oils, and I have essential oils too. They're very important. I don't look to see which essential oil I want. I just grabbed a few. I grabbed them. So I started one by one putting the essential oils in. The first one that I picked up was pink grapefruit. Yum, love that one. Fresh, refreshing, pink, love. Next one I picked up was lang lang. Very sweet. Consoling is the word that it shows on here. Also pink, and very, very, very sweet, right? So we've got love, and the grapefruit is sweet and tart at the same time. So we got more sweetness going here. Look at the colors it goes. And then I grabbed triumphant, because that is my intention, triumphant. And the last one I picked up was protect. This is thieves oil, and I thought, how interesting. And I thought about the person who wrote to me this morning, and I thought about myself, and look at the purple color right now. I put them all together, so I've got a lot of sweetness, a little bit of tart, all love, and definitely protection. So I thought that's what we want to do. We want to send love and healing, right? But we also want to protect ourselves. It's important. We're not going to aid and abet negative behavior. But for our part, we choose to be peaceful. And we want there to be a loving energy emanating from us, right? So we have these three items. Quan Yin, the peaceful Buddha, the carved box. This is a God box. A God box is where you put very special intentions. And then I picked up this morning. This is the little piece of the soil and the rock mountainside when I was in Panther Cove up on the California coast. When I picked it up because I was looking at this. I said, love the caramel, and it looks like peanut butter cups, right? Yummy. But I turned it around, and it's interesting, I don't know if you recall the reading, but there was a heart rock that I used, but it was too big and it was kind of sharp, and I thought, no, I'll just take a small piece. I knew I was going to take a small piece when I left. And then I realized who I was holding in my hands. This is the Green Man of the forest, the Robin Hood, and the Batman at the same time, and the wolf. I see them all. If you want to start with the wolf, I gotta get this clear for you. There's his eye, there's his ear, there's his nose, there's his hackles, right? There's the wolf. But then you get closer, and you realize he's not a wolf, he's a man. There's his perfect nose, there's his lips, his chin, his eyes, but he's wearing a hood like Batman. He's hiding. Do you see him? And now you see, there's his eye with the mask, like a raccoon, right? There's his nose, there's his lips, his mouth, and he's wearing this wolf coat. But then you look at this and you see a leaf, right? It looks like a leaf. And then I started thinking about the leaves in our lives, the deciduous leaves that fall off and blow away. As long as you keep yourself hidden and under cover, and you're not open and honest and truthful, you're going to blow away. You need to step into the light. If you want to be a leaf that grows into the tree that becomes the mighty oak, you can't just be a leaf on the tree. You've got to become part of the tree. You've got to become the tree. You've got to join the family, the soul family. Otherwise, this leaf's just going to fall off of that oak tree, and it's going to turn brown and it's going to blow away. You can't be a lone wolf and be part of the spiritual community. So these are, and we get the choice to do so, right? These are our items. So, 4 items. I'm going to light the incense. I told the person that wrote to me this morning, listen to today's reading. I will address the question and the issue. And the issue was, I feel there's something in my house that's negative. It's scaring me, and I don't know what to do. Well, what you need to do is you need to ask first for protection, so that you're, in your mind, in your intention is, I am protected. Then you say, I am protected. I am guided. I am safe. You ask Archangel Michael for that shield of protection. You ask Archangel Michael to put a shield around your entire house and your loved ones. You ask for, if there are any cords that are wrapping around you, that they be cut. And then you ask our Father, please calm me right down. I need to get my mind under control. I will get my mind under control. How will I get my mind under control? By saying, I am safe, I am protected. I am also a very powerful spirit creature. I must recognize that I have the connection to the universal love and light. It's available to me at all times. I'm not alone. I'm not a lone wolf unless I choose to be. I'm not. I recognize that we're peaceful warriors, but we have a sword for our protection. I protect myself. You know what we're going to do? In honor of you that asked for this protection, we're going to ask right now for a shield of protection. And we're going to burn this rosemary. My mom's going to offer it. Rosemary is like sage. It smells great. It burns very clean. It burns very quickly. And it's for shielding and clearing energy. So we're asking for this. We're asking for a clearing. We're asking for protection. be careful of my fingers here. There we go. Okay. So there we go. We have, and this is on our reading. Our reading is protected and shielded. So we do this. These are intentions. Doesn't mean that because I like this, all of a sudden everything in my life is going to be fixed. It means that I am intentionally thinking to myself, I'm putting a shield of protection out. I have asked for protection. I know that I'm being protected, and I'm going to do my part. My part is to sweep away the emotional excess, right? There was too much water. It was going to make a mess in my house. I don't need that, so I'm sweeping it away. It's my part. That's also energetically removing negative thoughts, feelings, or any energy that is in there. The only energy that's in your house is because you say that it is. So you say that it is not. There is nothing negative in my house. My house is clean, clear, and protected. I will do my part. My intention is this clears away any negative energy. As I'm talking this way, as I'm feeling this way, I'm stating these affirmations. I am building my own belief in myself and in my connection to my higher self and to spirit. And the negative energy is blowing away. I got to clean up my emotional mess with my emotional water. If water's pouring in on my patio, where everything is nice and clean, I got to stop it. I'm not just going to sit there and watch it as it goes closer and closer to my carpet, where I stand, my carpet of comfort and protection. No, I'm going to do something about it. I'm going to do something about it. I'm not going to wait for somebody else to do something about it. If there's disruption and upset in my family, I'm going to do something about it. I said my piece, and then I said, I hand it to you, Father. You handle the rest of it. I'll do my part, but now I trust you to handle the rest of it. Positive affirmations are extremely powerful. We spoke about this yesterday. How about Big Bad Monster dark energy pills? How about this is my Big Bad Monster dark energy water? I put all of this, everything I put in here, as I put it into my water, I'm equipping myself and I'm filling myself with titanium protection moving through my body. Everything that goes into this bottle. It's your mind, it's your intention, it's what you're telling yourself, and it's the truth of the matter. You can whip yourself up into a frenzy, or you can recognize that it doesn't have the power to hurt me, unless I say it does. You give energy, you feed energy to a negative situation. I'm not going to feed into a negative situation. I'm not going to sit here. I wondered all weekend, what am I going to do? It's my daughter's birthday coming. It's my daughter. What do I do? You know, I don't want to say it's okay with this behavior. I believe that there's a distance for protection. I don't need the toxic energy in my life. It's not good for me. It's not good for her. It's not good for my grandson. So I want peace. I want love. What do I do? What do I do? Well, instead of worrying about it, I was going to do nothing. Somebody handed me the Archangel Raphael healing deck in my dream, and I said, no, I don't want that one. But it came back around. So sometimes Spirit will give us a message. They'll tell us what we're supposed to do. Well, this is why this happened. I said something. It wasn't liked. It's like I did a reading for someone who's a regular client of mine, has always given me 5 stars. But this time, I told them something that they didn't want to hear. I said, it's time for this to let go of this. You got to let go of this. They didn't want to hear it. It made them angry. I didn't notice until a few days later, they left me 2 stars. I thought, wow, really? Years I've been working with you. And it's always been wonderful. But the second you hear something you don't like, you're going to cut me down. Or the second you hear something you don't like, you're going to cut me out of your life. That person was blocked. I thought, I'm not working with you anymore. If that's the way it is, I'm not working with you anymore. I wasn't punishing them. I'm cutting that negative energy out of my life. So if there's somebody in your life that is constantly attacking you, jumping on you, anything that's said, if they don't like it, they cut you out of your life, it's best that they're out of your life. I wish you well. Happy birthday. Have fun with your family, but I don't need that negative energy in my life. I'm not being vindictive. I'm not being mean. I'm protecting myself, but I'm also sending love out. I'm doing both. So sometimes you have to cut few people out of your life, even if it is family, even if it is your best friend. We try and we try and we try, but we find ourselves getting pulled under, and the energy is toxic. It's not good for us. It's not healthy for anyone in this situation. It's best to move on. It's best to move on, allow some space, and then maybe try again later. But for now, I wish you well, blessings on your journey, and you move forward. So, at 30 minutes and 54 seconds, we're going to start. Let's see. Hold on a second. I moved my chair over so it can help me. So, whoops. Knocking everything around. So we're going to start with the cards. And it's funny because I thought, oh yeah, you're going to make me work, right? It's funny. I'm not the only one that does this. I think I talked to my friend, I can't remember who it was yesterday, that said I was talking to myself, you know, and I said I do it all the time. So I'm going to shuffle these cards. And for the ones who chose where we start, we will start with the Peaceful Buddha. I'm going to have to remember to give the Peaceful Buddha a fresh piece of rosemary for my mom. I went and checked on my 3 caterpillars today and pretty much decimated. I thought that was funny. The only thing they didn't want anything else in that. They didn't go to the rosemary. Now think about that. Caterpillars, the 3 caterpillars wanted my moonflower. They decimated my moonflower. Remember the 3 that were going away and the 2 that were moving away from the 3? They only wanted the moonflower. They were feasting on the delicate leaves of the moonflower. They didn't touch the rosemary. Rosemary is something that you use for protection. There's a reason. They didn't touch Mr. Rosewood either, but they decimated the moonflower. They knew what was tender. They went to what was green and fresh. So you think about that. These are moths. These aren't butterflies. They're moths. The moth is drawn to the light, right? And in this case, a moth is going for someone that's new, going for the baby, going for the fresh, tender, right? This is maybe a darker energy or a darker person. People taking advantage of someone for being delicate, for being gentle. Never mistake a gentle person for a weak person. I'm allowing those caterpillars to consume that moonflower. I got new sprouts of the moonflower coming. The moonflower leaves were actually getting too leggy for me anyway. They were going to be cut back anyway. So I'm allowing them to consume it. They can feed on it. It's not something that's affecting me. I'm not going to allow it to affect my energy. So it's kind of like I'm doing my work, and I know that there's people that are jealous, that are out there saying things. I know that there are people that I have been sending positive energy to, have been trying to be kind to within my own family, and it's been toxic. It's not going to affect me. You can have it. It's kind of like I'm not gonna dive into that battle, right? You have it. You go ahead. You want to win this war? You can have this battle, but you're not winning the war. Because you're going to finish eating that plant. You've cleaned up my refuse there. And then I'm going to pluck you off, and I'm going to put you in a little box with some leaves, and you can eat that. And we move forward. It's kind of like, you know, I'm not going to give you my energy. You can consume that moonflower, but you're not going to get my energy. All right, so here we go. At 34 minutes, this is the card chosen. All right. Bring Quan Yin forward to help us. Hold it. So let me look at this and see what this has to say. All right. So I'm kind of backing up, and I'm looking at this shape here, trying to decide what I think that is. It's a tower. It looks like a lamp on a base to me. This is the lamp, right? Looks kind of like the... It kind of looks like the Space Needle in Seattle. Everybody kind of goes to the top and you get the big view, and there's the antennae. When the lightning strikes, it hits that. That's a protection, right? So this is the Space Needle. I'm also seeing Mother Earth, because if you look up close, you see the two eyes and the mouth, and this is her chest, and her arms are open, and she's spreading her hands out. She stands there, right? And she's giving life-giving water. She's pouring it down. It's available to all of us. It's fresh, beautiful water. She's connected to spirit as the Space Needle, right? She goes all the way from down here up into space. Her arms are like a bridge. Build a bridge from where you are to where you want to be. The bridge is also what connects what's divided. Pouring out loving energy, peaceful, loving energy. And this is me down here, surrendering. I surrender. I am before you, open, naked, and vulnerable. I'm surrounded in roses, which are love. Passionate roses. I surrender. I accept this loving energy coming down towards me. There's two swans here, pink. Butterflies at my fingers. Butterfly of creation, sexual energy, forward movement. I find myself seated, grounded. I'm rooting myself. I planted my ass right down there on the grass. Healing, loving grass. I surround myself in love. I open myself up. I call upon spirit. I ask for guidance. It's poured down to me. It's saying to me, build a bridge from where you are to where you want to be. You're on opposite sides of the emotional waters, but look, everything is the same. This is very, very similar. Not identical, but similar. Mother and daughter. Father and son, friends. There's similarities here. Down here, we see winged deer. They're orange. Sexual energy, creativity. Over here we see a frog, healing. This frog's by itself, transformation. There's extra water coming down over here to help this one heal and transform. These ones are peaceful. They're grazing on these spiritual plants, the purple spiritual plants. They're winged creatures. They're shapeshifters. They've chosen to shape their reality. They're feasting on spiritual truth. This frog has the ability to do the same. It's the same color. It's got the color of the solar plexus and the sacral chakra. I am worthy. I am capable. I am able to heal myself. I can drink this life-giving water that's being poured down. It's being poured down extra for me. Especially for me. It's being sent right towards me. This is the messages that Spirit brings to us to help us when we're asking for help. This is an aspect of ourselves. This is us open. How can we receive if we are not open? If we do not step out from behind the mask? We're completely open. Our psychic antennae down, our hands up. I'm willing to receive. I want to transform this situation. I want peace to come together over this emotional water. Please help me. I asked my mom for help, my mother in spirit. Mother Earth helps us do this by, when we spend time outside, it helps us connect. It helps us to see what really matters. We get messengers that mean certain things to us. The deer, these are not just deer. These are dragons, deers, because they're dragonflies and they're deer at the same time. Now the dragonfly says, pay attention to what you get in your dreams. There's messages there for you. Believe in your dreams. You deserve to have them fulfilled. The deer says, you may have come out of a difficult time, so you need to walk gently on your path. This one's lying down. It's been difficult. You may be unsure of how to go, so again, you walk gently on your path, but you feed on the spiritual food here, and there's love and healing all around you. You are protected and sheltered. It's a peaceful area. You fly to spirit on wings of love. Both of you. There's a healing going on. One is weaker than the other here. One might be resting because they've just been overexerting themselves, giving too much of themselves. And so we surrender. We allow the waters to calm. Lilies that float upon the top of the water, lilies and lotuses both, they have to struggle up through the mud to get to the surface of the water. They struggle to come to the light, like the bulrushes. Is somebody stubborn, bullheaded? We're all here, all of us. This could be one person. This could be a group of people. It's all represented. We all have that. I was stubborn. I didn't want to take the healing archangel cards. I wanted something fun. I don't want to have to deal with that anymore. So then I surrendered it to Spirit, and they pour down what you could do. Here's our choice. You could choose to stay where you are as that frog, or you could take a leap of faith and you could transform yourself and reach for the healing. Do your part. That's all that's required of you. And then you let it go. You let it go. You surrender it to Spirit. Right here, you let it go, like all of these cormorants that are flying. The birds that we saw today in the water that were predominant, the cormorants. The cormorants are the birds that dive down deep under their emotional waters, much like the osprey. But the cormorant is used by others as a fisherman. They put a ring around the cormorant's neck, and then they send them down into the ocean to get the fish. The cormorant goes down to get the fish, but they're not able to swallow because of the ring around their neck. So the cormorant's message is a multi-message. One, yes, you can dive down deep under your emotional waters. They have to put pebbles in their throat. They have to swallow pebbles to weight themselves down. Sometimes a pebble gets stuck in their throat. They don't know what to say. They say the wrong thing. They could become weak and not be able to feed properly because something's stuck in their throat, either words that they need to speak or words that they have spoken. They're choking on something. They need to cleanse it. They need to clear it away. They need to also not work for others where they're not receiving, where they're not allowed to keep anything for themselves, where they have to give, and never are allowed for anything for themselves. We all are supposed to be able to enjoy our own freedom. We're supposed to be able to enjoy the fruits of our labor as well. We're not constantly giving, and never getting anything back. That's why we have to protect ourselves. That's when we do our part. I wish you well. Blessings on your journey. But now I surrender it to Spirit. I allow Spirit. I'm willing. All we have to do is be willing for Spirit to help create a bridge from one side to the other. And sometimes it's just because we need to leave and get out of there. Sometimes it's freedom, flying away. But we need to listen to what our intuition is telling us. We also have to listen to the feminine energy, which is love, compassion, kindness, goodness. For me and my part, I choose peace, says the peaceful Buddha. So that's the first message. It's not as hard as I thought, you know. I said, oh, you're going to make me work. I like reading, though. I like reading cards. It's fun. See, that's what I said in the reading. No, let's do it. Let's do it and let's make it fun. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the I Can Do It cards. I can do it. That's what I said to myself. Well, you're going to make me work. Yeah, I can do it. And I heard them say, you can do it. And I said, I can do it. And I looked at the deck, and there it was. I thought, okay, that's the next deck we're using. It's the next deck. I'm learning to be more creative every day. This paint palette. I direct my creative talents towards music, art, dance, writing, anything that gives me pleasure. See, and that's what I wanted to do in my dream. I wanted to do something fun. We were going to jump into the water. Remember yesterday we talked about somebody doesn't want to. They're afraid to get into their emotional waters. And I got into water last night. It was hot water. My landlord had the jacuzzi. It was so hot I burned my skin. It was crazy. Water was hot. I was able to do it, but it won't be that hot again. So I got into hot water last night, is what it showed me. I survived it. It was good. I'm good. I won't go back into that hot water again. Makes me think about things, right? Creative ways to deal with situations. I was in hot water last night. I didn't know how to handle this situation. So I asked for help. And I was given the guidance. So I did it in a creative way. You know what I tried to do last night? I tried to buy my daughter something and send it to her house, something I knew she would love. I tried it 5 times and it wouldn't let me go through. It kept telling me that there's something wrong with the address, and there wasn't. It was my address, the billing address. It wasn't meant to be done. I wasn't meant to reward her behavior with a gift. I tried to handle it that way, but there was no, that would have just been a present silently going to the house and showing up with me saying nothing. I was to get creative. I had to say something, right? And then, so I did. And then as far as the reading today, I wanted to direct my energy towards what gave me pleasure, which is fun cards and reading. And I did. This is how I'm creative. It brings me pleasure, right? So for you, what can you learn to do to be more creative in the ways that you communicate with someone, and the ways that you have fun, and the ways that you do your work, or have pleasure? I direct my creative talents towards music. Maybe you're going to write a song. Sometimes if you have something to say to somebody and you don't have the words, send them a song. Paint them a picture. How fun to go dancing. I love it. Write a letter. Whatever it is, it's going to be something that brings you pleasure. There's a lot of love and healing here. Sacral chakra, seat of sexual energy. Solar plexus, yes, you can do it, and you're worthy of it. You're worthy of enjoying yourself and having a good time, and you can direct your own. You've got this. Yesterday I saw the man. Remember the man in the card that didn't trust? Had the baton? Guess who that man was? It was me. I thought it was me. That person was I saw it later, and I heard it later in a message. I heard the osprey. He's here. He's right there. I knew I heard him. I'm the osprey. I am the painter of my own palette. I'm the one who directs where my energy goes and how. I speak my truth. That's how I do it. This is what the color blue says. And I keep my calm. I'm not going to go to every war I'm invited to, right? I don't need to engage. Another one just flew out. Oh, wow, 2 did. How interesting. My heart is open and I speak with loving words, right? I choose love. I am comfortable looking in the mirror and saying, I love you. I really love you. Have you guys ever done that? First time I did it, I cried. I couldn't get the words out because clearly my inner child didn't believe that I loved her. And it had been very, very long time coming. I can look in the mirror and say it now because it's the truth. I am comfortable with saying, I love you, Sherry. I really love you. And that's why I'm able to set boundaries and have self-respect, and I don't take on other people's energy. I choose where my energy goes. Said that to somebody in a reading yesterday. I gave them double their time. They paid for half an hour. Actually, I think they might have paid for 15 minutes, and I gave them an hour. But I chose to do that. Don't expect that from me. If I choose to do that, I will. That's why I like working for myself. I'm comfortable with doing that. I set my boundaries, and I give when I want to give. My heart is open. I speak with loving words. That's emphasized. I speak with loving words. And it's a peregrine falcon. Right there. See her? She showed up yesterday during my private reading, and I said I wish that this would have shown up during a public reading. But it's just for you, but it's not. So here's the peregrine falcon. The peregrine falcon is the smallest of the raptors. Very precise, very direct. Just like the osprey, just like the red hawk, they sit high upon their perch and they observe. They take a look at everything. They survey everything. They don't waste their energy. They don't send their energy out in a useless fashion. Just like I said, I choose where my energy goes. I focus, I survey, and then I dive down upon it, and I'm direct. But what's interesting about the peregrine falcon is that the peregrine, like a hummingbird, is able to stop in mid-flight and hover. So I start to dive on something, and Spirit said, wait, whoop, and it'll hover. It'll survey, and it will decide, do I need to leave this situation, or do I go after this? It's very precise. That way we don't waste our energy. Ah, it was amazing. I radiate success and prosper wherever I turn. Yes, I do. Look at the dollar. Whoop. I pay my bills with love, and I rejoice as I write out each check. Abundance flows freely through me because money is just energy. So this, like I said this morning, as far as the negative energy in your house, the fear in your house, you are putting that fear in your house. You are instilling and anchoring that fear by saying that and by giving it your energy. When you write your checks out, you say, I freely release you, and I welcome abundance back in to fill me back up and even more, right? Say it again. I radiate success and prosper wherever I turn. I pay my bills with love and I rejoice as I write out each check. Abundance flows freely through me. Now, you choose where you send your energy, right? So you don't go out and buy everything that strikes your fancy. I saw a ring that I wanted, a labradorite ring, on Facebook. I've talked to you guys about it in one of those advertisements. I think it was like $26. It wasn't much. It was beautiful. I said, I love that. It's sterling silver. But right now, my funds have to be in other areas. And a friend of mine got crystals yesterday, and you know, she's financially set, and she says, well, go ahead and get it. You know your mother would tell you to do it. And I said, yeah, well, my mother had no boundaries. My mother had there was never stopping my mom, and my dad was supporting her. I support myself. And then I laughed, and I said, yeah, my dad supported her, right? And I laughed because my dad supports me too, but I'm also conscious. I'm also responsible, and I'm a frugal person. I don't spend money needlessly, like I don't give away my energy needlessly. So you got to be responsible. When Spirit says it's time for me to get a treat, I'll get it. Right now, I know I have other responsibilities. Okay, so thank you, Peaceful Buddha. I love you. And now we're going to actually go to Quan Yin. She's helping us today. My eyes landed on the Whispers of Love deck. So this is where we're going to get our first message. And I saw a message right away, but I'm going to shuffle it because I hadn't shuffled the deck. So that's not fair. Correct for neutrality on all levels. So we were told, my landlord, you know, I told you he's the weatherman, and he said it was going to be 90 degrees, and I said, California, you suck. Well, my landlord's not always right. It's going to be like 70, 75, 80. But starting tomorrow, they said that the Santa Anas are going to start. So we're going to start getting a warm breeze moving through. But right now, it's perfect weather. It's like Hawaii weather is what we have here. You know, the clouds and the rain. And it's a little chilly right now still. So the emotions are a little frozen right now for some. It's chilly, right? People are kind of keeping themselves bundled up a little bit. All right. So 5239. It's interesting that the peregrine falcon sounds a lot like the osprey. Okay. She's just a smaller version. She doesn't dive under her water. Okay. Love makes the difference. There's a lot going on here. Love does make the difference. And you know what? You can't just say something. You've got to feel it. Right? 3 and 1 is 4. Angels surrounding you. You're completely guided, protected, and loved. Okay, there's a lot going on in this picture. So first of all, your ships come in. Where are you going to, or are you sitting here deciding where you're going to go next? But the sails are full. There's a couple in the boat here. Looks like a man and a boy. So a man and his inner child, or a man and his dog, or a man and his child. They're in this boat. They're sailing. They're in the woods, though. Interesting. There's a net that's going up. But this, it looks almost. I know it's the what holds the sails up, but it also looks like a cobweb, like a spider's web. So creation. So has been working. A man and his son has been abroad working. They're sailing back, coming back over the water. This woman is resting on this tuba, this horn. So the horn is making music, but it also is announcing something. And this is a morning glory, a blue morning glory. She's a little bit sad, but on top of her head are candles. She's a light. She's a beacon. She sends out information. There's transformation flowing from here, butterflies. There is new growth, and when you look, if you look really closely, you realize she's a part of this. She is the ship. She is the ship coming in. This is her whole life. And there's a bird out of wood at the helm, and it looks like a blue jay, very much like a blue jay. The blue jay is talking about speaking your truth, using your voice in an appropriate manner. The blue jay also tells you, don't allow yourself to be bullied. So it's about keeping appropriate boundaries. It also tells you, don't bully others. But now I'm also seeing a woodpecker. I'm looking at the curl of the hair on the neck, the feather on the neck, on the top. Woodpecker is talking about there's a new rhythm pecking out in your life at this time. Keep moving at it. Keep pecking at it. There's new growth, inevitable. And then I see a roadrunner. The roadrunner moves swiftly. So love makes the difference. Love can help heal past hurts and provide sense of security, self-worth, and importance. So the morning glories, they come up in the morning and they're gone. They're most often blue. Some of them are pink. There's a lot of blue ones here. So I feel there's been sadness here. And that's the healing from the hurt that needs to happen. The skies are a little bit turbulent like they are right now. There's blue, but there's gray, and there's like sunset. So you want to let the sun set on the past. She's holding a torch. She's a light, but she's also, maybe she's burning the candle at both ends. She's burning the candle, 3 of them. Ascended Masters working with you, full circle completion. I'm thinking of the birthday. It's a birthday. I'm thinking about my daughter's birthday. It's today. This is celebration. This is music. This is harmony. So let go of the negative energy. Let go of the sadness and the pain. Just focus on the love, because love makes the difference. Look at all the jewels down here, right? My daughter's got long blonde hair. There's a record playing here. This is a phonograph. This is memories. So focus on the positive memories, the happy memories. I imagine my daughter today having a beautiful time with her husband and her son. Her husband will he doesn't have to work today. And they'll have fun. And they'll enjoy themselves. And that's okay. I let that go. For you, when you allow love to heal the past, it relaxes you. It takes away the negative energy. Song right now, I give and I give and I take. I give and I give and you take. Do you want me out of your life? I'm just a dead man walking. Young blood, do you want me back in your life? I'm just a dead man walking. So there's sadness on both sides. Maybe this one is out of her life. He's behind her. He's in the past. If she's thinking about the past, and it's sad, but she's listening to beautiful music and looking forward. I'm looking forward to the transformation of something beautiful. This is in the past. This man with the young boy, maybe this is a young man growing into, this is the inner child. He's embracing that little boy. Do you see? Embracing the inner child in him. Maybe that's what was needed. Maybe he's moving over his emotional waters and recognizing, I need to learn to say to myself, I love you. He's loving his inner child, and he's moving out across his emotional waters. The sails are moving him forward, and look, it's beautiful. There's sunshine. You focus on the love. You focus on the light. You focus on the transformation that you know is coming. Look at the growth. It's beautiful. Love makes a difference. It does. You can ask the angels to help you. Help you release any sadness or negative feelings. Love can endure anything. It's very, very strong. Look at all the jewels down here. Diamonds, precious jewels. That blue doesn't need to be sadness. It can be peace, calm, beautiful energy. You look towards the sun, the rainbow. You look towards the brightness and the transformation. That's where my focus is. I'm remembering. I've not forgotten you. You're here. I keep you in my sail. I keep you in my embrace. But we're moving forward. That's my intention. I'm trusting everything is going to fall into place because I see what is prophesied. Transformation. A rainbow says a promise of good things after the storm. New growth. We move forward. The roadrunner will move swiftly. Music, beautiful music, is harmony. How do we allow this to happen? How do we make this happen? By allowing it to happen, by keeping our heart open, by lighting the candles. Light the candle. I said to someone, by Yom Kippur, I think I'll be gone. And they said, wow, just like that? And soon after that, it happened. Be very careful of the words that you say because you're creating your future. I had seen the future. But I've also seen this future, and you're seeing the future here too. So focus on the positive. Don't keep your thoughts in the past. Focus on moving forward. It's going to work out. Everything's going to be fine. It's going to be beautiful. Song right now. I'm wondering if after all these years you'd like to get together and talk about it. They say time is supposed to heal you, but I haven't done much healing. Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? It's like in the sails, it's like an echo. Can you hear me? I'm in California dreaming of the way it used to be when we were younger and free. I've forgotten how it felt before the world fell beneath our feet. There's such a distance between us, and a million miles. But love can heal anything. Hello from the other side. She's sending out that music. Hello, hello. He's saying it back here. I must have called a million times. I must have sent out this message over and over and over. I've sent it out. I'm sorry for everything I've done. When I call, you never seem to be home. Somebody's not receptive. Hello? I'm here. Can you hear me? She keeps a torch lit. She keeps him in her memories. She's sending out love, but she focuses on that and she knows it's all going to be fine. Because what we were going to do was, right, we were going to let the past go. We were going to heal that past. I'm sorry, someone said. I heard you. I heard you. I see that. I don't want the sadness. There's so much sadness wrapped around this man and this little boy. But there's so much beauty in front. This torch stays lit. This harmony, this music keeps playing, and I know that there's growth and things will soon be better. Angels are helping us, and so is my intention. So we're going to go to, you know what? We're going to go to the Whispers of Nature as a clarifier. Huh. I didn't know we were doing it this way. The songs don't come on accidentally. They come on. This is how I leave the radio on whenever I do a reading. Just very quietly in the background because I'm guided by the songs. Correct for neutrality on all levels. What do you want to say about this situation, about love and healing the past and the one reaching out? Empowerment. Empowerment. So you see, again, stormy skies. Look at the sea over here. Look at that sea. It's quite turbulent, right? But does she have her... She's got her back to that. She's not going to look at that. Look at the lightning coming from her head and the steam. Maybe anger, right? Whatever has happened. Tears. But she's not looking there. Because empowerment says, I choose to look forward. I choose to see the rainbow. I choose to see the sun coming out from behind those dark clouds. I choose to see the love and the healing and the growth. There's a couple down here, and they're leaving this. There's somebody very quickly heading off in the direction on a sled. Somebody with frozen emotion. Two people? Is there two? Let me see how many people are in there. There are two. And a horse going into this. But these two, this couple, this man and woman, they're leaving. They're going here. This is where the transformation is. This is where the healing is. This is where the open road is. This is where the rainbow is. My empowerment has me. I am empowered by focusing on the light and the love. The number 9. Get to work, light worker. You have everything you need in front of you to get moving on your spiritual path. Get moving. Don't run. Don't go back into this storm. Your ship's going to be tossed at sea here. This is difficulties that are happening. You've come out of this, and you're moving into this. Know that. The number 9. You have everything you need to move forward. Stop procrastinating. Turn your shoulder. That's a cold shoulder. Open this up. Look over into the light. That's where I choose to look. That is how I empower myself. I am not going to focus on the negative. I'm not going to focus on the fight, on the angry words and the steam and the turbulent waters, and the frozen emotion and the tears. I'm not focusing on that. I choose to focus on this. That's my choice. I'm not ignoring. I'm compassionate. I stand here with Quan Yin. I'm receptive to hearing what Spirit has to say, and Spirit is telling me to focus over my heart side, my left shoulder, not my right side. My right side is my night side. I don't choose to go to this direction. I choose to go here. That's how I empower myself. And when I do that, I will be supported in surprising ways. And I'm open. I'm open. Look at my bare shoulder. I'm open and receptive. Do you see what's up in here? Lovebirds. 2 pairs of lovebirds nesting in that family tree. And then you look down a little further. There's 2 more. And then another. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're on the right path and it will exceed your expectations. That's what Spirit says. So be alert to random ideas, random thoughts, random synchronistic events that are going to give you clues as to which way to go, just like this. And when you start picking up on the appropriate signs and acting on them, and you are determined and focused, her light is focused on that rainbow, the promise. That's where her eyes are looking. She's looking up. The light is shining on her, and that's where she faces the sun. Remember the great blue heron? The night before in the dark, one was afraid and jumped off and flew away. The other one, the next night, I saw them again. One was frightened, I backed off. The other one flew forward. This one chose to move forward. And I said, you know what? You need to get some light on that crown. You need to let go of this anger. Take that hat off that's holding in all of this anger, and look what you see here. There's a face, a child being born. This is a new beginning. That's where you need to focus. Allow the sun to shine on your crown. And what do we see the next morning? That great blue heron standing there, facing the sun. And his head was so illuminated, it looked like he had white on his crown. Recognize that when you focus on your potential, you are empowering yourself. And the potential that you have, your payoff is massive. Look at the transformation that's going on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 blue, peaceful, calm butterflies. 8. You are infinitely supplied with everything that you need. When you know what you're meant to do, you take flight like those cormorants. I'm not going to be abused. I'm not going to work for others and not be able to. I'm not going to give. And like these guys in this ship, I'm working and I'm going to my death. They're sending me to my death. There's no winning this. You can't fight the sea. I'm leaving that situation. You can go. You want to go back? You want to go back into that circumstance? You two, you want to go there? That's fine. But for me and my love, we're going. Look at, we're holding hands. We're running to this. Why wouldn't you go this way? So don't expect not to have help, and don't expect to be very successful. Expect to be successful. Quit at 9. Don't even go to 10. Quit at 9. You're out of there. You're choosing love. You're letting go of the pain. You're moving forward. You're done with this. It's very, very clear. This is your choice, but this is what you get. You either choose that or that. There's a lot of noise out there. Listen to those birds. Those are cormorants. There's arguments happening now. There's people standing up, and there's people saying they're moving across their emotional waters. They are noisy. They're letting it be known. They're letting it be said. I'm leaving this. I'm going to this. You will hear me. This is what I'm doing. I'm getting prickles in my left hand. That's happening right now. Expect things to get better. Song right now. I want to be there when you vibrate. For you, I'll risk it all. I just heard that one line. I want to be where? I want to be there. For you, I will risk it all. And you think you're actually risking? You're running from this? No, you're running towards that. What risk is that? Some people feel that it's risky, but you're taking a leap of faith and you're going to be blessed beyond. This is bliss. You're an alien. You're different than everyone else. Some say, be afraid. Be afraid. Does she look afraid? I want to be there when you vibrate. For you, I'll risk it all. Amazing. Amazing. All right, we're going to go to the carved God box. Isn't that neat? What an awesome name, a God box. We're going to go to the Divine Circus Oracle. How interesting. I feel like we're going to clarify with the Faerytale Oracle. This is a really odd way of reading. You know, these are generally cards that we do the reading with, and I'm clarifying with them. Correct. Dark jeans. Meet me in the back. Is it for the best? My reputation's never been worse. You must like me for me. This is the one that's going to risk it for the other, right? She's going to risk it for the other one. Can't make any promises right now, can we, babe? But you can make me dream. Is it cool that I said all that? Is it chill that you're in my head? Because I know that it's delicate. Is it cool I said all that? Is it too soon to do this yet? Nope, because 2 are taken off. Correct for neutrality on all levels. All right, at 1 hour and 11 minutes, right on. Keep your thoughts positive. They're rapidly manifesting as we speak. If you don't like what you're creating right now, elevate your thoughts. Princess Victorious. Right on. Well, Princess Victorious, what you need to know, first of all, that says loser. Stop it. Someone's called you a loser? Do you feel like a loser? The number 6. Do you feel like you've made a financial mess and so you're a loser? This song right now, my reputation's never been worse. You must love me for who I am. Yeah, you think? Who's been calling you a loser, princess? Who's been calling you a pretty princess and that you're a loser? Yourself? You've been saying that about yourself? Because you need to stop it. Number 6 says you're way too focused on the material world. And it's got your thinking all askew. So this is not about, remember yesterday someone was going to come at you with like a get rich scheme or like an offer that was going to be too good to be true. They were promising that something they were never going to deliver, right? Promises of grandeur, right? Well, right now, as the Peregrine Falcon said, you're supposed to take a look at things from the greater perspective, a bigger picture of things. And what's been feeling like a delay to you or something that you might have lost, look at the tears. I've lost something. This is a twist. This is the twist in your life that you weren't expecting, that's actually helping you unfold the destiny in front of you that was meant for you. And you know what? You're feeling like a loser. You've been crying. And it's hard because I just keep getting shot down one time after another. Remember that man that went everywhere trying to plant his trees and he was not successful? He was exhausted. And sometimes we get to the place where we feel like, I'm never going to get anywhere. I've got a fear of moving forward. And you get yourself to the place where you're crippled. And you feel like, you know what, forget it. I'm a loser. I might as well just forget it. But you know what it is? You're tired. You're tired. You need to give yourself a break right now. And you have misinterpreted fatigue, weariness, for fear and doubt. It's really not what it is. It's your mind doesn't think properly when you're tired. You're just exhausted. Life has just been difficult. Like we watched that man. He got from place to place to place, trying again and again, and he just wasn't successful. So you're being asked to do what we were shown in the first cards that we looked at. Where is it? Did I shuffle it away? You're being asked to do this. You're being asked to surrender. Surrender it. Remember, he fell at his father's feet. He thought he would be in trouble because he'd run off. And the father picked him up and said, don't you know all I ever wanted was for you to be happy? This is a father-mother. Surrender. I want you to bend. I want you to fall down at your knees so that I can pick you up and love you like the child of mine that you are. So you need to do this. You need to get to a place like this. You need to stop calling yourself a loser. You need to get to a place like this in nature where you can rejuvenate yourself, replenish yourself, relax. This is, remember what I said about the three that consumed my moonflower? My twin's a Pisces and I'm in a Pisces moon. Those three completely ate that moonflower up. Energetically, they devoured him. And I said, go ahead, take it. I'm not going to fight you. I'm going to surrender. This is a time when you're going to be willing to lose the war because you're going to win the battle. I mean, sorry, the other way around. You're going to be willing to lose that battle and you're going to win the war. That's what you're going to do. You're going to say, are you feeling fat and happy? You look pretty fat and happy to me. You especially. You're the lead guy, right? Look how fat you are. And you? How you hanging in there? Enjoying that? Enjoying the fruits of my labor, right? I worked and I toiled and I cultivated this, and you decimated it. And you too, right? But guess what? You can have that. You can win this battle. This is growing fresh, and it's growing over here towards the light. This is here in the dark. You can have that. I don't need it anymore. And all I need to do, in all reality, is snip this and snip that, stick you in a box, and you're done. Because I'm not giving you my energy. I'm going to let you have that. I'm going to walk away from that and then let you enjoy it. All the fruits of my labor, says the cormorant. I worked and I worked and I worked for you, and I wasn't able to keep anything. But look at this. It grows again. Because I know how to make things grow. I have a green thumb. I'm the wizard, right? I'm the magician. I am the empress. You're just moths. You have it. You think that you have won? You haven't defeated me. I surrender. It's not worth my effort and time because I've realized this isn't in my highest good. I felt bad about myself there. Everything's going to go my way in the long term. I am willing to lose this battle to win the war. And that's interesting. I'm not defeated. I'm not defeated. I need this break. I deserve this. Look at this. I can either be there, pretending to be this, or I can be here. I can be natural, organic, real. And this is so much more. Look at all the cormorants flying. Freedom. I get freedom and choice this way. That's what's happening right now. Because you are strong and you are determined and you are able to become this. Because this is who you are at the core. So whatever this loss is, whatever you consider a failure, you're going to understand that this is designed. This was designed in the greater scheme of things. And if there was a change of course, remember I told you that the two geese down there in the water, there's going to be a change of course. Things are going to go off a little bit. But you'll get back on track, but on the right track. There's a lot of noise going on right now. You're going to be grateful for not getting what you think you lost. Something that you thought you wanted. You always thought you wanted it in the way that you thought you wanted it. Because you're going to be able to understand that, it's actually truly not what it was meant to be. That is not what was meant to be. This is what was meant to be. It's all unfolding the way it's meant to unfold. And they might, even at this time, you might consider that you've lost. They are thinking that. They may be talking. Listen to them all out there. No. Right. All talking behind my back. I haven't lost anything. We don't lose. I haven't lost anything of any value. You weren't my friends. You weren't in my highest good. You were toxic. I've not lost anything. I've been set free. And now there's peace for me. You feel like I'm losing something, but you're not losing something. You're winning. In the long term, you're winning. And you need to know that things are working out in your highest good. Look at the difference between these two visuals. You need to surrender this. So this is, again, mind over matter. It's what you perceive things to be. Because clearly, when I saw those 3 caterpillars over there, at first I'm like, that is so cool, check them out. And then I realized, you know what, those aren't butterflies. Those are moths. They consume. Moths go to the light just like a butterfly does. I keep thinking of that song. I fell in love with a woman. Like a moth to the flame, I fell in love with a woman with another man's name. Somebody that shouldn't have been. Someone else's property. It wasn't right. That was a negative. That was a moth creature. That wasn't a butterfly of transformation. So after I finish this reading, actually, we might do it just right now so that I don't forget. I know I have a box. I don't want to hurt them, you know? I don't want to hurt them. I'm going to let them have what they want. But I'm not going to let them make a mess. And I'm not going to let them destroy my peace of mind and my new growth. Right? The growth that's moving towards the light. So what we do, just like we ask Archangel Michael to do this, we take it upon ourselves. And we cut cords. Right? I'm cutting cords. I'm cutting ties to this situation. Oops, sorry. You guys can watch. This is affirmative action. Now, watching me do this, imagine what's going on in your life, right? This guy's real fat and happy. I'm going to give him all of this. He's the big boy, right? He gets to go in the box first. I have to give him a bigger box. I don't want to hurt him. So the whole point of not wanting to hurt them is you're not going to return their aggressive energy, right? You're not going to choose to hurt another. We're not going to be like them. He needs to eat too, right? He needs to learn his lessons. So he's going in there. And you're all going in the same box. Those 3. Remember the 3 that went off to the beach and the other 2 went the other direction? That's where they're going. Let me see. Have you left any babies? I don't think so. I think it's pretty interesting that there was 3. We've always been shown 3. Full circle completion. We're gonna place that section with the peaceful Buddha, and we're gonna put love right next to it. Okay? So now, in the light, we've got the moonflower growing, right? And there's a new growth. See the pod, the seed pod right there? That's new growth. Now, did I lose something here? We cut away the dead wood, right? This is just dead wood. We cut that away. We don't need that. Now this is trimmed. I've got new growth right here. New baby moonflowers, right? All growing towards the light. There we go. And these guys are going to go live somewhere else. But they're not going to be with me. They're not going to be destroying what I've worked so hard to cultivate. So it's a win-win. Let them have what they want. Realize that you're going to get what's in your highest good. So right now, any perceived failures, they have no power over me. Do I look like I'm failing here? No. That was a perceived failure in my own mind. It's like having the dark energy in my house. It's only there if you say it's there. Open up your windows, open up the blinds, bring some plants in the house. Get some light on the matter. Victory will be mine. Victory is mine. I am victorious, says the victory sparrow, the long shot horse, right? That nobody sees of any value. That old mare, she's never going to get anywhere. That sparrow, pff, please. That little drab, nondescript, hardly noticeable, hardly says a thing. That survivor morphs, shapeshifts, like this over here. Never mistake a gentle person for a weak person. Just because I choose to walk away, just because I choose to come from a place of love, doesn't mean I'm weak. Not at all. And you can choose to stay this toad, or you can receive healing as well, and you can transform and become something different. We all have the option. But I will be victorious. I am victorious. I cut the cords to anything that inhibits my ultimate success. We cut. You saw me cut. They're all in this box. So you put your fears in that box, and you recognize this is where you're going. Song right now. I don't know why. It doesn't matter how hard I try. Keep that in mind. All I know. Time is a valuable thing. Pendulum swings. The clock ticks. Watch as time goes by. You didn't even know I wasted it all. To watch you go. I kept everything inside, and it all fell apart. And it'll eventually be a memory of the time that I tried so hard. I tried so hard, and in the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all. In the end, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter how hard I tried. I designed this rhyme to remind myself, in spite of the way you were mocking me, acting like I was part of your property, the times you fought with me, I'm surprised it even got this far. You wouldn't even recognize me anymore. Not that you knew me back then. Kept everything inside, and even though I tried, it all fell apart. And what will eventually be a memory of the time I tried so hard and got so far. See? You tried so hard, you got so far, and in the end, it was all decimated. You were mocking me. You were making me feel like I was nothing, like I didn't matter, and I believed you. But now I realize, you know what? You wouldn't even recognize me anymore, because now this is me. I put my trust in you, and you consumed everything about me. You consumed me. You feasted on my moonflower. I put my trust in you. I pushed as far as I could go. And that's what I was left with. You're a loser. But you're wrong. You wouldn't recognize me. I'm not who you thought I was. You didn't even know who I was then. And I release it. And I put you in a box. And I walk away. And I say, blessings to you on your journey. I'm done sticking around in the sadness. I look forward to the beginning of my future, which is bright and happy and positive. I turn away from that cold, frozen emotion and the fights and the arguments and the disruption and not getting anything of my being able to reap anything, all that work I've done for you, and I get nothing. No, I'm not frozen emotion, nothing. I turn my shoulder away and I look over my heart side into the light. And together we go. We know we've got this in front of us, and we have stepped into our power. It's time for us to rejuvenate ourselves. We surrendered this to the Father, and He wrapped His arms around us, the Father, Mother. The song right now, what about us? You always said you had the answer, you who consume everything about my life. What about us? What about us? Here we are. This is what we did for you, right? What about us? But if you keep giving to this cold-hearted bitch, whether this is a business, a family, a belief system, you're getting nothing but turmoil. This is where you turn. You turn to your Father, you surrender, and you're successful and you're victorious. And you cut the ties, and you cut away the dead wood. You put it all in a box, and you set it somewhere far away from your beautiful garden that you're cultivating. Wow. Amazing. Amazing. You fooled us. But enough is enough. That's where we're at. It's over. It's done. I've made a choice, and it's not you. Right? It's me. I choose me. I choose self-love. I choose to empower myself and step into my own light and follow my own voice. I know what my heart's calling for. I respect myself enough to give myself that. And I don't have to hurt you. I don't have to hurt you in order to give back to myself. I'll let you have what you think is so precious. Enjoy it. Blessings on your journey. Let's do a I Can Do It card for you, Princess Victorious. I love and accept my family exactly as they are right now. Yep, because you know what? That could be my family. Could be them. And that's where they are right now. That's what they're capable of. That's who they are. Let them have it. It's okay. Just because you're born into a family doesn't mean you're going to agree. Just because you're born into a family doesn't mean you're going to be friends. You respect each and everyone's path. We all came here to live a path. We're allowed to live a path. We get choice. But when it hurts us, when it becomes toxic for us, we have to love and accept ourselves as well. I'm ready to be healed, and I am willing to forgive. All is well. You are where you are, and I am where I am. I wish you well. I wish you blessings on your journey, babe. Isn't that what you said? That's what you need to say. Blessings on your journey. No anger, no retaliation, no revenge. Because I'm ready to be healed. I'm willing to forgive. All is well. And then we move forward. And we let this sadness go. Right? I love and accept my family exactly as they are right now. I accept that things are the way they are. I can't change what is. This is what is right now. And I love and accept them as they are right now. Just like I would send love out into the entire planet. Doesn't mean I'm going to hang out with you. Doesn't mean I'm going to be staying in that energy. I just love and accept everything as it is right now. I am ready. I am. Two of the most powerful words, and the words that follow are very important. I am ready to be healed. I am willing to forgive. All we have to do is be willing, right? I am willing. I surrender this to the Mother Father. You handle this. You build a bridge. You build a bridge and help me leave. That was what I saw in this dream as well. I saw my twin. And this is probably an aspect of myself, right? Of course, because my twin is me. And I was standing on the edge of a mountain, barely able to balance myself. And he was down below me with this little boy. And there were these religious people in front of him. And he said to someone, "It's not okay what you did to me. It's not okay what you did to me." And this woman stepped forward and she said, he had a family to support. And my twin said, "It doesn't matter. It's not okay what you did." And I was on the edge of that mountain, barely able to handle, keep my balance. And he helped me down. And he was going to leave. There was a bridge that he had to cross over the water. He and that little boy were going to go. And I said, "Can I come with you?" And he said, "Yes." And we left. There's the bridge. Sometimes it's moving on, is moving forward and moving to another place. It doesn't always mean that it's forever going to be this way with your family. Sometimes it is, but it doesn't need to be our focus right now. All we need to focus right now on is the fact that we're willing to forgive and that we're ready to be healed. And we want this. Allow Spirit to build the bridge for us to leave that situation, fly free. And if there's going to be a bringing back together, there's two different sides here. These two shapeshifters and this frog that needs to choose to leap forward or choose to, remember we said there is a prince, and there is a frog that will never turn into a prince. He will always be a frog. But over here, there are the dragonfly deer. There's a pair. And it only happens when we surrender. Song right now, I've loved you for 1,000,000 years. And I'll love you for 1,000,000 more. That's these shapeshifters. They're dragons. They've lived lifetimes. All along I knew I would find you. One step closer. I am willing to forgive. All is well. I am ready to be healed, say the lovebirds. Beautiful timing. One step closer. All right. So for those who chose the green man of the forest, Robin Hood, Robin of the Hood, the Prince of Thieves. He's a good guy. Robin Longfellow. Look at him there. There's his perfect nose and his perfect lips and his cloak of protection. I've loved you for 1,000,000 years, and I love you for 1,000,000 more. We're going to get your message from the Faerytale Oracle since we're looking at Robin Hood. He's a good guy, right? He was considered an outlaw, but he was a good guy. He was fighting for the people. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Maybe I'm Robin Hood. I said Robin should be a girl. Considered an outlaw, but fighting for the people. And Maid Marian was from the royal family and had a wicked... Who was it? The man that wanted her. The prince, the false prince, right? King Richard was off fighting the Crusades. And Robin was there trying to take care of things. It's interesting. I was in this scene in my dream, and I was diving in emotional waters, and my twin was in front of me in the water, and I was following him. And we come up. I didn't know where he went, but we came up out of the water, and this man slapped me on my back, and he said, "Well done, young man." And I thought, why are you calling me young man? And he said, "What kind of equipment were you using?" And I mean, I'm in the dream, so I said, "I'm not using anything. I was free diving." Right? And he says, "Well done." And he takes me over to this, I don't know, supply room. And he says to the guy in there, "Fit him up with the best we have and put it on Richard's account." King Richard. Oh, a dream was God. 3 years ago? Interesting. Correct for neutrality on all levels. What is the message for us who chose the green man of the forest? And I absolutely did and have. I'm watching somebody jump on an air chair across their emotional waters. All right, this is it. God, is this upside down or is upside right? I think it was upside down. So, premonition, galactic communications, beginning and endings. The number 35, so that's 8. Infinitely supplied. Stardust. How interesting. This is upright as well. Huh. So this is in reverse, this is upright. So we're going to take this first. Stardust. So premonition. Are you ignoring your premonitions? Are you misunderstanding your premonitions? In reverse, there's something happening. Something's ending. You're refusing to acknowledge that something is changing. Someone might be passing. A time of something is passing. And you're fighting it, maybe? You're not paying attention to the messages that you're getting. You're getting warnings. You're getting, through these messages, you're being shown things, but you're ignoring them. You're dismissing them. They're too vague. They're not clear enough, you think. And you are getting information. You are sensing what's coming before it comes, but you're wondering what you should do. You don't know what to do, so you deny it. You're avoiding. You feel like you're cut off from your higher sight, but it's you that's refusing. You need to start paying attention to your spiritual gifts. You're looking too close. You got to step back like the osprey, like the hawk, like the falcon. Pull back. Look at things from a higher perspective. Let the information flow to you. Don't try and figure it out. Something's changing. 6 and 3, 9. Something's ending. You've got everything you do need. You've got everything at your disposal. Again, look what we have. Forgiveness. Reaching for the moon. Transcending the ego. You're stuck in your ego mind. Why is that? Pay attention to what your higher self is saying. What are your dreams telling you? They're talking about the crystals of the moon. The crystals that are on the moon. There is a crystal on the moon. On the surface of the moon. They found it. It's called olivine. I'll show you. I have it on my, I keep my twin in an amethyst cave for protection and shielding. Right? This is him. And this is peridot. This is the crystal of the moon. This has been found on the surface of the moon, the crystal olivine. So peridot is your crystal of the day. And you think about the color of the crystal. It's green, it's forgiveness, it's healing, it's love, it's growth, new beginnings. But not if you are ignoring what's going on. You're refusing. You need to reach. Reach for the stars. Reach for the moon. Shoot for the moon and you'll land amongst the stars. Pay attention. You know better. You know better. You're allowing your ego fear to get in the way. Song right now, please have mercy on me. Even though you're trying to help me, you need to set me free. No, you need to set yourself free. You need to cut the branch. You need to cut the family branch, the tree. You need to cut the cord. That's in a different box than you. They live inside of a box. Spiritual people live outside of the box. We reach for spirituality, for the light. We pay attention to our dreams and our intuitive abilities. Whatever is angry, let it go. Let it go. This whole reading has shown you where you're meant to go. You're meant to cut the cords to the past. Cut the dead wood away. What doesn't work for you. So peridot is going to help you. It's going to help you gently clean. It's going to help you with your energy. It's going to help heal you. It's going to help you let go of the anger. It's going to help heal the wounds. The angry words and the things that were done that you feel should not have been done, that were not fair. It's happening for a reason. It's going to help you. Because right now, your ego is in the way. Right now, you've got a wounded ego. You see yourself as this star. And you're ignoring the truth of who you are. Remember yesterday in the relationship cards? I'm going to get it. I'm going to get that card and I'm going to show it to you. These two. What's going on in this picture? You see the one with the dreams of grandeur? The star here? Dreaming of the stars. Being a star. Being something big. Choosing to cover their third eye. And the one here with the psychic antennae. Choosing to cover the right eye and think through the third eye. The obstacle is yourself. This is the same person. This is the succession. This is where you are. This is where you're going to be. 35, 36, you're in succession. 8, you are going to be supplied. You are going to be provided for. You are too focused on the material world. You have everything you need to get moving forward on your path, your spiritual path. Reach for the moon. Recognize you're upside down here. You are keeping things suspended. You are suspended animation. You are the hanged man, the hanged woman. It is you. You are the block. You are not Robin Longfellow here. Here you are the wolf in sheep's clothing. You are choosing to be Prince of Thieves in the hood. But look how they deal with you. They consume you. They consume your soul. That activity consumes your soul. You need to throw that cloak off. Stop hiding. Step into the light. Transcend your ego. Transcend your ego. Your ego is keeping you upside down. This is the natural succession of things. This is the order of things. Spirit does things in order. We move forward. The only one stopping you from moving forward is yourself. So accept the healing. Reach for the moon. You will land amongst the proper stars. Don't reach for the star, the stardom. Don't be a leaf that's going to... Look what happens to these leaves. Don't be the leaf. Look what they're doing to the leaves. There's only a couple left. They're consumed by these caterpillars. The caterpillars could represent a job, a way of life, a group of people, friends, a relationship. They are consuming my moonflower. Don't allow that to happen. Reach for a moon that's going to last and become the tree. Choose to grow into the mighty oak. Be the shapeshifter that you are. Throw the cloak back. Refuse to be the lone wolf. Howl at the moon and come with your wolf pack. Howl at the moon. Peridot. You need peridot and you need lepidolite. There's the color. You need lepidolite, crystal, and peridot. That's what you need right now. So reconnect with who you are. Recognize Spirit wants to help you, but your ego can build a wall. Another message. Hold on, I'll grab it. Remember the other card? You're stubbornly refusing, right? You're refusing. You're trying to hold on to something that won't be. I'm going to show you this other message. You've been successful, but it's going sideways. It's going sideways because it's no longer your path. It's no longer who you were meant to be. You were meant to go that far and no more. But you're refusing to let it go, and you're angry the way it's turned out. You're pissed off, and you're keeping your crown covered, and you're not allowing the light in. You're so angry, and you think that you're justified. It's justifiable, yes, but it blocks your solution. And fear, it turns into fear calling out for love. What are you afraid of? We know what you're afraid of. You're afraid of allowing love into your life. You choose to focus on the anger. The justifiable anger. Of course it's justifiable. Of course it is. But it's blocking your progress. And by doing so, you don't win the war. You want to give that battle up. Let the battle go. Let them concede. Surrender. Wave the white flag. But there's an ego part of you that feels that that's giving up, that that's being a defeatist. No, it's not. It's choosing to go in a different direction. Whoa. And right now, justice is going to occur. We are in the month of balance of justice. Karma is being balanced. There's Lady Justice sitting in a seat of love, healing, and growth. Are you giving and receiving in equal measure? No, the cormorants were crying out. Are you giving and receiving? No, I'm being freaking consumed. If you tip the scales too far one way, your life is out of alignment and your priorities are mixed up. Come back to the middle. Whoa, card just fell forward. Okay, well, we're getting this card. This is interesting. Midnight Prince, ask for what you want. I didn't expect this. This is going longer. So the Midnight Prince, 4 and 3 is 7. And look who it is. Huh. It's the Acorn Man. It's the Acorn Man. You can become this solid tree. Ask for what it is that you want. Be honest. 4, 5, 6, 7. You're on the right path and it will exceed your expectations. Ask honestly. This is your wish granter. What in your heart is it that you wished? And don't hide what you want. Don't think that you can't ask for what it is that you truthfully want. You're not being judged. Know that your wish is going to be granted. Do you want to be free of the pain? Do you want to have love in your life? Do you want freedom? Do you want to be successful? What is it that you want? Be bold and be honest. Because this prince is making an appearance in your life very soon. This could be me. This could be you. It's in the form of your dreams coming true. But you have to transcend your ego. You have to let go of the anger. You have to stop focusing on the material world. You know what's interesting is when you stop focusing on the material world, that's when the material world gives to you. This one's got it right. Focus on your third eye. Keep your antennae, your spiritual antennae, smooth. Stop being so fucking stubborn and choosing to cover. You know what's interesting to me? Look at the light hand and the dark hand. I've never noticed that before. One hand is dark, one hand is light. The dark hand is covering over your third eye, and the right hand then follows along. Make a choice. What is your heart telling you? See the blue skies ahead. Shoot for the moon. You will get the stars. You will get what you need. But you need to let go of the anger because it's blocking your progress. You need to stop being the hanged man and demanding things be the way you want them to be, as you want them to be. You need to reach for the moon. You need to listen to your intuition. You need to transcend your physical human ego. Let go of that attitude. Forgive what has been done. Allow yourself to move forward. And then you ask, okay, I honestly have to ask myself, what is it that I want? Well, clearly what you want is love. Clearly what you want is health, healing. You want calm energy. Well, you can work with lepidolite. That will help you. Faerytale will help you. Recognize yourself. Never call an Indian chief a crushed acorn. You have the ability to be more than just a leaf that's going to dry up and blow away, be consumed by the caterpillars of this world. What is it that you need? Let's be honest now, because once you get honest with yourself and you reach into your heart and then you ask for the truth, you're open. How can you be honest if you're not open and vulnerable? You have to be open and vulnerable. You have to surrender. You have to surrender. And then you say, okay, well, this is what I want. This is what I'm hoping for. And I'm going to let you handle it. I'm going to let you handle it. I'll let you know what I want. I go to McDonald's. I always use McDonald's because it's fast and it's cheap. Go to McDonald's. You put in your order. You don't stand there and order and order and order and order and order. You put in your order and you walk away and you wait until you're called. That's what's going on. You put in your order. You love and accept your family and yourself and everything the way it is right now. You're ready to be healed. You're willing to forgive because you know all is well. You know that you create a good feeling at work and you realize the laws that govern the universe, I work with these laws in every area of my life. It's the reciprocal. You throw a boomerang out, it comes back. I know when I do my best at my job, that when I do my best, I will be rewarded. Your job is also about living you, living your life, because you're ready to be healed. You're willing to forgive. All is well. You love and accept everything as it is at this moment. So right now, what is on its way to you? What is it that you are wishing to receive? Because that's going to come to fruition. Pay attention to the first messenger we got, the peregrine falcon. Focusing. I survey the situation. I focus on where I want to go. I hold back. I don't hold back and stay in a permanent state of immobility. I don't remain the hanged man. I wait until I see the guidance in front of me. I do what I'm told to do. I reach. I pay attention to what my intuition is telling me. I forgive and I let go of the past. I let go of my ego mind and I step into my spiritual self. I throw the cloak back off of myself. I no longer the lone wolf. I recognize that I am the acorn man. I am of this mighty oak, this family tree, soul family. I reach for the right. I reach for the light. I don't want to be consumed by those 3 caterpillars, those hungry caterpillars that are literally decimating. All they wanted was my moonflower. Remember that song? I never thought I'd let a rumor ruin my moonlight. A rumor, but you did. So step away from it. What do you want right now? When you get honest and you bring everything into alignment and you allow the blocks of anger to be released, the wall, and you allow things to come into balance, you allow the universe to balance things out. You allow karma to come into being. And if there are blocks there, you have to recognize that you need to release them. Okay, my block is my stubborn ego, my pride, the fact that I'm refusing to see. I have the dark and the light. The dark hand took over, and my right hand followed it. Well, I'm going to not do that. I'm going to focus on the light. I'm going to hang out with somebody who's got a different perspective. I'm going to look at things and realize, hell, I'm my own fucking obstacle. I am my own obstacle. I'm going to stop hanging upside down. Stop keeping myself in a place of immobility while presenting myself as this shining star, the whole while I'm being completely consumed by these hungry caterpillars. I'm going to recognize, oh my God, I'm a child of the moon. They're consuming me. I'm allowing this. I am allowing this. I am my own block. I'm asking for justice. Fine. Karmic justice isn't what we think. It isn't about we're going to pay them back and I'm going to be their justice. You aren't karma. Everyone has their own karma. Anything that you wish of ill on anyone else, that is you bringing your own karma back on you. You allow spirit to handle things. This is about a karmic soul tie cutting. This is cutting cords. Karmic relationships that end because they're not in the highest good. So be honest with yourself about what you truthfully want. And stop hiding. Stop disguising yourself. That's bullshit. Everybody already knows. Everybody already knows this is the same person. It's very, very clear. Because this one next to you, that's always next to you, this one has always chosen to see through the third eye, covered up their right eye intentionally, has made sure and focused on combing that psychic antennae, keeping it free of knots and tangles. Never left your side, right next to you, even though you stubbornly refused. It was your choice. I'm going to ask for one message. If you release and you surrender, like the dreams prophesied, and you fall down in front of your father and surrender, Father, Mother says, don't you know, all I ever wanted was to give you everything. All I ever wanted was for your happiness. But you're looking in the wrong place for your happiness. You're looking here, in the plastic society of fame and darkness and sparkle and glitz and glamour. This is bullshit. This isn't even real. This is stardust. It's nothing. This is reality. One message from the relationship cards for clarification. What comes out? Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Guidance. I'm going to post the message for Goose Totem. Cormorant, I already told you what it represents, and they were so loud. Recognize the crow in your life. Right? The one's coming out of the darkness. Is that you? Is that you coming out of the darkness? Is that you understanding? No, it's those two. It's those two. Recognize. Yesterday you were given a warning. It was very, very loud. Today there was a lot of noise. Yesterday somebody got burned big time. But you didn't die. You're not dead. Sometimes you have to amputate something in order for something to grow more healthy. Correct for neutrality. This needs to be very, very dead on, Spirit. Help me get this right. Guide my hands. What is the most important message? Now, correct for neutrality on all levels. Gratitude. Pearls of wisdom. Focus on the best. Be grateful for the guidance that you get. Be grateful that you have the ability to connect spiritually. Recognize that all of these lessons, these are pearls of wisdom. Wear them proudly around your neck and keep focused on the love. Speak your truth. See the truth. See love and healing through your eyes. I know those lips. Look at all that you hold in your hands. You say you've got nothing. I got nothing. I got nothing. You've got all of that. Think about all you have to be grateful for at this time. A grateful heart is fertile ground for more love and opportunity to blossom in your life. That. Look at this person. Oh, wow. There's a message right here. Look at this person right here. And look at this person here. This can be a man or a woman. This person's got ankle charms, dressy dress, diamonds, glitz and glamour, right? This one looks like they're in Hollywood with the lights on them. All lights on me. I'm a star. Look at this one. This one's almost naked, but looks like a prostitute. This one is completely naked and looks natural and beautiful. You say this one sits there with nothing. I have nothing. I got nothing. Look at this scene and you tell me. Again, I got nothing. Look at this scene. This is what you got here. You got nothing. You got nothing and you got no one but this angry dragon. You got nothing? I'd say your perspective is completely fucked up. So it's time to focus. What do you got? What do you got? You got wisdom, you've got lessons, you've got knowledge, you've got pearls. You have gift. And you need to hang these pearls around your neck so that you can share with other people. All of this happened so that you could be an example for others, so that you could help other people. Don't be jealous about who has this. That's what they get. They get to stay in that little box, chewing on other people's dreams. But you've got this. Song right now, hurry boy, she's waiting here for you. Look what your cormorant has here. Freedom, adventure, excitement, blossoming. You are the shapeshifter. You have the ability to come out from underneath this cover. This lone wolf, this prince of thieves. In all reality, this is who you are. That's who you are. You're the acorn man. You're the midnight prince. Like a thief in the night. So be honest and ask for what it is that you want. At one time you had a brief affair. Spirit does not say to go outside of a committed relationship. They do not. Vows are very, very much honored. This is talking about coming together for a brief amount of time. You came together for a brief amount of time. And you're remembering this connection. It never ended. This love and this passion. That short romantic involvement, it was very important. You were brought face to face with your desire for fulfillment and your fear of letting go, because these were stepping stones to a far greater love. Ask for what you want. Be honest. Song right now, I be moving on. I don't want to go back. I don't want to hold back. I thought you should know that. My mama don't like you. And she likes everyone. It's hard for me to admit I was wrong. I got so caught up in my job. Didn't see what was going on, but now I know. I'm better sleeping on my own. Do these two look like they belong together? This one needs to go and love themselves. You think I'm still holding on? You need to go love yourself because you're cold. When you told me you hated my friends, the only problem was you, not them. And every time you told me my opinion was wrong and I believed you, it made me forget where I came from. I didn't want to write a song because I didn't want anyone to think that I even cared. But you keep holding on. And I'm moving on. I remember the truth. I remember who I am. I remember love for myself. I remember who I am organically at my roots. I'm tired of playing the game. I've been so caught up in my job, I forgot who I was. I'm better sleeping on my own than this. There's a difference between this one and this one. Can you see it? I would say those two are more suited. This could be a man or a woman, and a man and a woman. It's pretty clear. Go love yourself. You're so hung up on the material world. All that was an affair. It wasn't good. There's a greater love. Learn the lesson. Move forward. Ask for what you truly want. Accept the love and healing. Be the truth of who you are. Let go of the anger. I fell in love and now I feel nothing at all. I never felt so alone. I was vulnerable. I was a fool to let you break down my walls. You're angry. Angry. You love your way you look so much? Go love yourself. I'm angry. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. It is what it is. Go for that. At 2 hours and 5 minutes, we're at a wrap. I love you guys. I'm going to go eat something to eat. I'm going to go relocate these. I think I know where I'm going to put them. I'm going to put them in there. I'm going to put them in the terrarium right there. Because I'm going to let them be safe and eat their stuff. I'll give them some leaves. I'd like to see them turn into moths. That's where they're going. That's there for a reason. Everything has a purpose under the sun. What a trip. Love you guys.